Feeling good, feeling great, 'cause I got a big old smile upon my face. And I know today is going to be my day, and you can't take that away.
So it is early on a Monday, and what I started to do now that it's officially fall, actually started this last week, is on early Mondays I make my kids bagels for the week. Your girl is baking now because my kids and my husband have like sensitive, they're gluten sensitive, so a lot of things that like regular breads and bagels and things like that, it upsets their stomach. So I found a way through lots of research, because you know I used to get like gluten-free flour and all that kind of stuff, but I just don't like the way gluten-free stuff tastes. So a lot of the times I would have to make 2 separate batches of things, or I would just make them something and I don't make anything for myself because I don't want the extra work of having to make 2 separate things. But during doing some research, I found out that through sourdough and the fermentation process that sourdough goes through, it's really actually very good for people that have sensitive stomachs or are gluten sensitive. Like it gives you bloating, or if it gives you like a runny stomach or upsets your stomach in any type of way, definitely try sourdough. I've been doing that and it's been working out perfectly because it also tastes really good, so I can eat it, so I don't have to make 2 separate batches of things. I started with sourdough artisan bread, and then I got into sourdough cinnamon rolls and things like that, and I also got into sourdough bagels. I used to get my kids gluten-free bagels, but those things, it adds up because the gluten-free bagels, I believe, is only like 4 in a pack, and it'll be like $8 for 4 bagels, and I have to get it every single week. And with this gluten-free bagel, there's so much extra stuff in the ingredients that I was just like, you know what, let me really give it a try to see if I can make bagels. And so far, so good. So I'm going to go and make another batch of bagels with you guys really quickly. It's early in the morning and I need to just get it done. So sometimes I'm not going to be talking and I just do a voiceover just to get this rolling. So let's go.
Okay, so the day before, we start with about 225 grams of room temperature water in a mixing bowl. We then add about 10 grams of salt. And it could be kosher salt or regular iodized table salt. It really doesn't matter. I've tried it both ways. Now we add about 100 grams of active bubbly sourdough starter. You know your sourdough starter is good when it floats. If it sinks to the bottom, scrap it and start over. Now add about 20 grams of honey. If you don't have honey, you can use maple syrup, barley malt syrup, or even sugar. Mix everything together. Now, pour about 450 grams of bread flour. I'm using King Arthur's, but you can use any brand. Now mix everything together the best you can manually. Don't stress if it doesn't come out cohesive yet, because we're going to go ahead and take it to our stand mixer. You can definitely knead it by hand, but it will take about 8 minutes and some serious upper body strength. On the stand mixer, set it on low with your kneading hook for about 1 minute to bring everything together. Then you're going to set it on medium for about 8 minutes to build up the dough's strength and smoothness. Now bring your dough to a smooth surface and knead it a couple of times to form a ball. Then put your bowl of dough into an oiled bowl. I'm using avocado oil spray, but it doesn't really matter. Now press down your dough and let it double in size. During this process, it will be going through bulk fermentation, which is what makes it easier on the tummy. This can take 6 to 8 hours, or shorter or longer depending on the temperature in your home. Now, let's shape them. Start by scooping your dough out of the bowl and flattening the dough. I then divide the dough into half, and then the half into thirds. This will make about 6 regular-sized bagels. You can also divide each piece into halves to make a dozen mini bagels. I then weigh each piece to make sure they are between 130 to 135 grams, just so my bagels look more uniformed, but it doesn't really matter if that doesn't matter to you. Now take each piece and do some stretches and folds, and then roll on your smooth surface to form a ball. Now repeat for each piece. Now, cover with a clean kitchen towel for 15 to 20 minutes for the dough to relax. During this time, prepare your baking pan by putting a little flour on it to prevent the bagels from sticking, or use parchment paper. Now, because I'm making cinnamon raisin bagels, this is the way that I add the cinnamon and raisins. I explain why I add them at this stage instead of the mixing stage later in the video. If I was making regular bagels or bagels that only had stuff on top, the shaping process is a lot easier, but I can go over that in a future video. As you can see, I'm incorporating the cinnamon and raisins into the dough while also forming a log. I then flatten one end of the log and wrap it around the other end to form the bagel shape. And I repeat for each piece until I have 6 cohesive looking bagels. Ta-da! Now, I decided to cover my bagels and put them in the fridge to further the fermentation process overnight. You don't have to do this. You can go ahead and boil it right away if you choose to. Now, the next day, before I take my bagels out of the fridge, I go ahead and I bring a pot of water to a boil. The good thing about putting it in the fridge also is that it makes it a little bit harder, which is easier to manage when you're putting it in the water.
Go ahead and I pour some honey into the water, because the honey is supposed to give it like this nice glazy, sticky, film over it in case you want to like add anything else, but it also gives it like a little bit of like a sheen, a shine to the bagel after you boil them. So once the water starts bubbling up or boiling, now we're going to go ahead and put the bagels in the water. And the whole purpose of boiling the bagels is to make sure that the inside will be nice and soft and chewy before we put it in the oven for the outside to get a bit crispy. All right, guys, so we're gonna put the bagel in the water, and the first test of knowing if your bagel is gonna turn out good is if when you put the bagel in the water, the bagel floats. The first time I tried this, I tried it 2 times where my bagels sank like bricks. But yeah, let's go ahead and try our first test to make sure that our bagels proofed well, and that is to make sure that it floats. Okay, it's floating. You say 1 minute, I do the, in between 45 seconds to be safe. I see it's floating, so excited. You can use a heavy like a cast iron pot if you want. But I realized it doesn't really matter what kind of pot, as long as it is, you know, big enough to, you know, let your bagels have enough space to just float around in there. Since I'm making 6, I'm going to do a batch of 3 and then get into the other batch of 3. And like I said before, when I first did it, my first 2 tries of making bagels, they sank like bricks because I was making cinnamon raisin bagels, and with cinnamon raisins, you can't put the cinnamon and the raisins right into the batter right away, because cinnamon and raisins are antifungal, so it's going to end up killing your sourdough starter or really inhibiting it from doing what it's supposed to do, which is to rise the dough. And just flip it over. And we wait another 45 seconds. And when I made these bagels, my husband was so impressed. He was like, "You made this from scratch?" I made the sourdough starter. We went to Costco, got, the King Arthur's, the big bags of King Arthur's flour. Like, I really made this. And the only thing that's in it is stuff that I put in it. No preservatives or anything like that. The ingredients is mostly like stuff like honey, water, cinnamon, raisins, things like that. So then when you let it ferment and does all that it has to do, it's really good for the gut. So, and now I'm going to take it out and put it on a cooling rack. Just put my towel here. And at this stage, this is where you could put any of the toppings that you want to put, whether it's like sesame seeds or everything bagel. But because I'm doing cinnamon raisin bagels, I'm not going to do all of that. Maybe the only thing I might do is dust it with a little bit of cinnamon, like cinnamon and brown sugar type of thing, but that's about it. So what I'm going to do, just go ahead and prepare my pan, and once this gets to 450 degrees, then I'll just pop it in the oven.
And voila! I mean, look at that. Nice and crispy on the outside, and it's going to be so soft and chewy and delicious on the inside. Look at all those raisins incorporated, and you see the cinnamon swirls. I mean, we did that, okay? Guess who's back, 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 back again, again. I am back, back, back. Tell a friend. Guess who's back? 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 Hey guys, long time no see, no vlog, no hair, but your girl is back and I am vlogging. Both of my kids are now officially in school, so needed a week or two to adjust to that and to make sure Love was okay, because Love is only 2. He's going to be 3 at the end of October. But he officially started pre-K, and that was very emotional for me. I don't remember the house without kids for the past, Zion is 6.5. So that's just been what I've been up to, is raising my kids, And yeah, so now that I have, a couple of hours, before, they come home and things like that, I'm like, let me pour into myself, rediscover me, create who I want to be, the life of my dreams and all that good stuff. I'm not going to talk during this whole makeup thing because I really need to get going. And when, when we talk, we're going to be talking and stuff. So, and that's going to take some time. But I will catch up with you guys sometime during this video. But let me just do my makeup first because I need to get dressed, change my wig and stuff. So let's get to it. I don't think I want this to be moving. So
My kids, both of them are in school now. Now I have more time to myself, to do the things that I want to do, to create who I want to be. And I'm on this. I know everybody said they're on a journey, but life is a journey, you know. So the word may seem overused, but the word is so appropriate because we're all on a journey of life. So I am on this journey to create who I really want to be. I realized for so long, for most of my life, I haven't really been living. I've just been existing, and I've been doing so much work. For y'all OGs, y'all know I've been in therapy, and I've been in therapy for many years, you know. But I realized that this is the time to pour into myself, to really develop who I want to be, to really start living, creating the life that I want to live, the life that I know is possible. But anyways, so I'm starting at baseline. And for me, part of that is to find the joy in dressing again. So one of the first things I need to do is to purge my closet, go through everything, see what still sparks joy, see what, you know, still gives me the feeling of being my best self, see what still fits, because after you have children, your body, for a lot of us, doesn't go back to what it was. You know, you have hips where you didn't have hips, you have cellulite where you didn't have cellulite before. So I really need to go through my closet, because the last time I did a closet purge was at least 6 years ago. My attention hasn't really been on fashion and style like that, the way that, you know, I'm normally into it. But now my baby Lovey is in preschool, and I was willing to let him like skip preschool and just keep him at home. But Love is the kind of child, like, he has so much energy. Being in school is great for him. He made friends already. He said he likes it. He said, I made friends. Like, he really enjoys it. So I know for him it's great, but for me, I'm like, oh, my baby, just stay with me. You know, but it's what's good for him. So I have some hours at home to really dedicate to pouring into myself. And that is something that I never really did, especially with a fresh understanding, a clear mind, out of depression. You guys know that for many years, if you follow me.
All right, guys, so I was gonna change my wig, but I am running low on time. So what I'm gonna do is just put on some nice earrings. These are from Chanel, and put on my lipstick. This is the wig I wear when I don't really feel like doing much to my hair, but I don't even have time to like straighten it. You see how it like bumps in like that? I don't like that. So I think I'm just gonna put it in a ponytail like this. Should I just put it in a ponytail or just leave it out? I'm just leaving it out. It don't matter. I'm just running errands anyway, and then I'm gonna go pick up Lovey from school. So let me just put on some lipstick. You know, now that the weather has changed, I'm looking for my chapstick. Now that the weather has changed, I don't want chapped up lips, so yeah, moisturize your lips first. Hold on, let me get my purse, because it's the lipstick I wear every day. Hold on. Okay, where's my lipstick? So this one is a Fenty lipstick, but what color is this? Post Queen. This is like my everyday quick. The Max Current. It hasn't failed me yet. I have other ones from Fenty, but I always go back to Post Queen because Post Queen, you know, it just works for me. So I think that's it. Just gonna put on some perfume real quick.
Is there anything else that I'm missing? Oh, this bump in my hair. If I had time, if I knew I was going to wear this wig, I would straighten it out. Yeah, this wasn't even an outfit that I was planning on wearing, but you know, with the weather starting to change, and this is one of my favorite outfits, like dresses that I wear during the summer. And since it's fall, all I do is put on like a nice, you know, light turtleneck, and it goes. All right, let me show you guys the outfit real quick in my full length mirror. Let's go. This is the outfit of the day. Oh, it wasn't what I was planning to wear, but we move. My hair, this bump is bothering me, but again, we move. Dress is from Zara, I believe. So is the sheer, well, semi-sheer mock turtleneck. I really like this because this is a dress I lived in summer. Like, I just really love the denim look, and I just knew that when the fall came, I wasn't ready to, you know, pack it up. I would just wear something like this under it. Shoes are Nike, Jordans. Purse is Chanel, gold and black. Got, you know, gold to the shoes, gold and black. You know what I'm saying? It's a Chanel kind of day with my Chanel earrings as well. And I think that's it for the outfit of the day. Let me know what you guys think. I know you guys like, girl, are you wearing sneakers? Girl, after having 2 kids and having to chase 2 boys around, I am wearing sneakers because, you know, sometimes after we pick Love up, we take him to the park, he wants to run around. And although, you know, I'm a heels type of girl and stuff, I can't be running around the park in heels. So your girl had to introduce some sneakers into her repertoire. So I can still be stylish and fabulous in my sneaks. You know what I'm saying? So that's the day we are having today. I've decided to face things that I wasn't facing, you know, like for the longest time, you know, you're thinking, you're living, you're buying things, you're living a somewhat decent life. And then you realize you haven't really been living at all. Like for me, I haven't been living at all. I've been always operating out of the guise of trauma. All my choices, all my decisions, me starting YouTube and stopping, all of it was rooted in just operating in trauma, thinking the worst of myself at times because of trauma, thinking I'm not good enough, thinking I'm not pretty enough, thinking I'm not enough. Why do you think you know certain things? There's other people that know more things. So why is your voice relevant? Who wants to spend time listening to you? Who are you? Like, I had all of these negative thought patterns because of my trauma, not feeling safe, you know, in life in general because of the trauma that I've been through. And really being able to get to the root, to confront the source of the trauma, the person, like face to face, and to have it out and to let out your frustrations, let out your anger towards the right person, and not take it out on others, not take it out on yourself, realizing that it was not your fault. I thank God for healing, you know, but it was, you know, years of having to deal with that, years of trauma, years of having to process the trauma, years of just being able to say certain things out loud. You know, I had a conversation with my husband recently of things that I've never told him partly because of shame, because I felt ashamed of it, even though none of it was my fault. None of it, you know, was my shame or my guilt or my burden to carry. And then the other part was me just not wanting to relive those memories, me not wanting to face it because they were so painful and they were so emotional and they were so draining. And by not facing it, I realized I've just been existing, because all my choices, whether you face it or not, you'll be surprised how your choices stem from your trauma. You know, me at certain times being a hermit and so into my, you know, into my own shell is because I did not feel safe. Because when you've experienced that kind of trauma, you don't feel safe. And me not feeling safe really prevented me from living. It made me make small choices, small decisions instead of big choices or big decisions. It made me just seek out comfort and safety. So I cocooned myself in safety, because for me, paramount, that was what was most important. And now I'm at the place where it's like, okay, I realized I wasn't living. I realized I haven't really experienced fullness of joy. Don't get me wrong, with my family, you know, that God blessed me with, my husband, my children, I have bursts of it. You know what I'm saying? Where I see them and emotionally they do bring me joy. But I realize I haven't had a fullness of joy since the trauma began, because I was so scared of living. And you can't really experience a fullness of joy if you're not really living. You know, and now I'm at the place where it's like, I want to live. I want to create a life. I have goals and dreams and aspirations. And for so long, I've been living so small because I've been so scared to live because of trauma. You guys don't know, like I became a hermit. Like I didn't go outside. Like just living general everyday things scared me because of the trauma that I've experienced. And for me, I experienced that trauma not once, not twice, but like over years of my life. So it changed the way that I saw people. It changed the way I interacted with people. You know, like I'm a person, I don't like confrontation, you know, because of trauma. Like I don't feel safe, you know, being able to voice my needs at times or my displeasures at times, because for so long I've been conditioned not to, which is why the trauma lasted for so long. And now that I'm seeing all the choices that I made out of trauma, I'm like, no, girl. You got to start living. And I give God all glory, because even in that trauma, he blessed my life with my husband. My husband is so patient, so loving, so understanding, even at my worst. Sorry for the noise. I live in New York City. Even at my worst, he called out the best in me. He never looked at me like less than who he believes I am. And I am so grateful, because dealing with a person that's been through certain traumas, especially because he's been through certain traumas himself, it could be so volatile, but it wasn't, because he was so patient. And my therapist, you know, would say to me, it's really a miracle. It's really amazing that you guys are able to sustain such a loving and caring relationship. And, you know, I always say, and he says to his therapist too, it's the grace of God, because when we felt the most alone in our traumas, before we even knew each other, God saw us. God saw us and made us meet at the time that we needed each other the most. And for that, I am forever grateful. For my children, I am forever grateful for the time that I had them. I went from not wanting any children at all. I told my husband when we were boyfriend and girlfriend, I don't want to get married and I don't want children. And now looking back at it, all of that was from trauma. I didn't want to get married because, you know, growing up, I'm speaking for myself, this is just my experience, you know, in the Nigerian community, I didn't see a lot of loving, especially back then. Maybe now it's different. I didn't see a lot of loving relationships. I just didn't. I've seen relationships where, you know, the husband is philandering, the woman is doing what she can, the wife is doing what she can do to keep her family together, working multiple jobs. The husband has another family in Nigeria, like just doing whatever he's doing. And then the wife is the one really pouring into her children, taking them to church, praying, fasting, doing all these things to really provide for her children, because the husband was just doing whatever he wanted to do. And I didn't see a lot of love poured into the wife. You know, I just saw a lot of stress, a lot of straining, a lot of hardships, you know, and that was not a life that I wanted for myself. So I just had told myself, okay, I don't want to get married. I told myself this when I was like a preteen, you know, and the thing with not having children was because I felt so unsafe because of the trauma that I've experienced, that I just felt like if I can't protect myself, I can't protect children. So maybe it's better for me just not to have children, because if I can't protect me, you know, and I don't feel safe, then I don't want to put children through that. And all of that was through trauma and through years of therapy. Let me tell you something. Therapy is necessary. Therapy is necessary. If you've been through anything, any kind of trauma in your life, work it out. Because you may think, oh, I'm fine, I'm over it, I don't need nobody, I don't need no help. You don't know that you could be unconsciously making a lot of decisions for your life through your trauma. And I thank God for having mercy on me to see through my pain, to allow me to come to an awareness of it, to the point where I was able to receive my husband as the gift that he is in my life, even though I was not always the most well behaved because of the pain and trauma that I was going through, but I was still able to receive the love that he was pouring on me. And I thank God at the right time, he saw it fit to bless me to be a mother. This is the biggest honor and blessing of my life. So for me, when I became a mom, I poured myself into that. And don't get me wrong, I know some women are able to multitask and do that, but when you get to a place where you are trusting in God for the blessing of motherhood, and then he gives it to you, especially if you've been praying for it for a certain amount of time, you just want to, well, at least for me, I just wanted to show God that I was so appreciative of this blessing, that this is going to be my priority in life. I didn't feel protected as a child. So my priority is to protect my children, right? I didn't feel seen or heard. So when my children walk into the room, everything else stops and they need to feel seen and heard, especially in the formative years. Now Zion is 6. Love is going to be 3. You know, by the end of October, my baby's going to be 3. He's currently 2. I don't like when people rush him when his dad like, oh, he's 3. I'm like, no, he's 2. You know, he's going to be 3 at the end of October. He's 2. So he's 2 thinking he's 20. He tries to be the boss of his older brother. We're like, no, child, no. But anyway, I say all that to say that I am ready to start living. I'm ready to start creating her. You know what I'm saying? And the her is me. The life that I'm now free to really dream about and envision and connect to before trauma, because I was able to pour it out on the source. I was able to free myself by the grace of God, by letting it go back to the sender. Okay? Like, don't get me wrong. Like I said, it was a lot. It was emotional. It was draining, but it was so worth it. It was so worth it. Now I'm in the process of rebuilding, relearning, unlearning bad habits, bad thoughts, unlearning, you know, things that my trauma made look real, that is not real. Unlearning limitations and creating my best self, the highest called version of me that God dreamt when he thought of me. And I don't know what that looks like. I told my husband recently, I said, you've never seen me at my best, because I've never seen me at my best. I don't even know what that looks like. You've never really seen me living, because since I was 10 and all this nonsense started, I haven't lived. I was in a cocoon. I was in a shell. And now I'm ready to live. And I know by living and allowing myself to receive the endless possibilities that God has to offer will come joy and happiness and thriving, and not just surviving, you know, because I realized it wasn't enough just to survive. I had to thrive. I had to live. And for so long, I didn't know how to do that. I didn't know how to put one foot in front of the other, because I was still operating from trauma and pain. But I'm telling you, when I was able to release it back to the source, with all my frustrations, with all my anger, with all my, you know, pent up frustrations from myself that wasn't deserved and put it back on that person, it was freeing. It was liberating. And now I'm at the place where I can start putting one foot in front of the other and creating, with God's help and the love of my family, the highest, best version of myself. I don't know how long that's going to take. I don't know, if there's going to be, 5 steps forward, maybe a step back. And, I don't know what the process looks like. What I know is I am ready to start living. And that in itself brings me so much joy because I wasn't ready before. I wasn't ready before. I found so much comfort in my sadness, in depression. It's like it almost became its own identity for me. All of my 20s, most of my 30s was spent in depression. Okay? And it wasn't until my mid-30s that I started to really take the steps to come out of it, And what really helped me, believe it or not, was when I got pregnant with Zion. Thank you, Lord. I have not been depressed since I've been pregnant with Zion. Don't get me wrong. I've experienced anxiousness and sadness at times, but not depression. I know what depression looks like. I've been there. I know the thoughts that come with depression, and I thank God for delivering me from those thoughts. Even though at times I wrestle and I struggle, but I thank God I haven't been back to that place. So why am I saying all of this when this is a video about cleaning out my closet? But anyways, I just feel like I just had to let you know the baseline that I'm starting at. And like I was trying to say before, for me, starting with a closet that works for me, that will motivate me and encourage me to like get dressed every day and to put out the best version of myself is very, very important. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take you guys to go clean out my closet with me, and let's see what we're keeping, what we're getting rid of, what we're donating, and all of that good stuff. All right, guys, so welcome to my closet. And like I said, I'm going to start going through everything. I'm not going to empty my closet where it's like I take out everything and then just start putting, because that's just a lot. But what I am going to do is go through section by section and go through every single piece. And some of them I'm going to try on to see if I like them, to make sure they still fit. If they still fit within reason, where I feel like, okay, if I just tone up a little bit, I can, still finagle into it because it makes me feel good, then I'm going to keep it. If I feel like I'm not going to be able to fit this anytime soon, I will get rid of it. Because the thing is, some of these clothes I know range anywhere from a size 0 to probably a 4, something like that. Because when I first started YouTube, I was like a 00. I was super skinny, y'all. Super, super skinny. I remember when I used to make videos, everybody used to talk about like my Angela Bassett arms. And believe it or not, yes, it's a compliment. But I didn't like that because for me, it just felt like my arms were just so masculine. And I made it a goal to soften my arms, which I did. But the thing is, when you soften certain parts of you, because you can't tell weight exactly where you want it to go sometimes, it goes to other places. So what really helped was obviously getting pregnant and stuff, because with Zion, I gained 60 pounds. And then with Love, I gained 45 pounds. I lost all the weight, but I did get softer in certain areas. Like now, I'm steadily a 2. I do have some jeans and stuff from Zara that's like a 4. Or sometimes a 6 if I want like a really looser fit. But mostly like dresses and tops and, stuff like that, I'm a size 2 because my weight goes mostly in my lower half. But anyways, let me go through my closet. I completely forgot that I had these shoes because I haven't really been in this section of my closet
in a long time. This is the section that I put like shorts and skirts. And because my legs haven't been toned for a while, I always just like ignore this section. But I forgot that I put these shoes over there. My Chanel loafers. I bought these sometime last year. And I just put them away because I bought them in a size, because I never tried them on, right? So I was just going by reviews online about the sizing. So I bought them in like a half a size big, but I really should have just got my regular size. So they were a bit loose. So I was like, oh, I'm going to order like inserts to make it fit a bit more. And I ordered the inserts and I forgot about the shoes because I was like, I'm in mom mode. I'm not really going anywhere. I'm not really doing anything. And I completely forgot about these shoes. And these shoes these shoes became kind of popular during lockdown. But then I was like, oh, I don't want to get it because I don't know if I'm getting it because it's just really popular, if it's just because it's on trend. And then I'm just going to forget about them and be like, whatever. But the thing is, in my closet, I realized I didn't really have like flat shoes. And originally these came about because I was looking for penny loafers. I love penny loafers because it reminds me of being like a young girl at school. And these came across when I was Googling like different styles of loafers. And when I saw them, I was like, oh my gosh, this is so cute. But then I was like, okay, I started seeing them everywhere. And I was like, well, I don't want to get it because I don't want to be like, spend all this money on a pair of shoes just to like dump it and not, think about it again, which is kind of what I did. But let me get to the point because I'm still going to wear them. But like, I didn't want to be dependent on the trend of being like, okay, well, this was just on trend for this amount of time and I'm not going to wear the shoes anymore. So I waited until the trend kind of like died down. So I got them like sometime, like I want to say the last half of last year. And I was looking for them. I called different places. That was always sold out. So I finally called Saks and they said that it was in their system, but it was in another state. So, them handling what they had to handle, I ended up getting it and I got it in a half size too big. So when it came, I was kind of disappointed because I was just like, oh no. And then when I called to get my regular size, they were all sold out. And I kept on calling and calling and calling. They was like, they don't know when they're going to get another shipment. And with Saks, you only have a certain amount of time before you can return them. And I didn't want to return them and then not be able to get them. So I was like, okay, let me get the inserts. So I went and got the inserts and I completely forgot about the shoes. All right, so I got the inserts. It's like toe fillers. You put it in the front of the shoe to take up any space that you may have. So it's going to go in the front because it was just too big. My heel was slipping out, right? And there was like, oh, it's going to stretch more. And I was like, oh my gosh, if my toes are already sticking out, my heel's already sticking out, this is going to be like a problem. Not sticking out, but like coming out when I walk. So let's go ahead and try these on. I can't believe I completely forgot about these. I was just in mom mode, but now I have time. I got time, okay, to pour into me. So let me take off my Birkenstocks. Okay, it definitely fills the gap because now I'm struggling to put my feet in. Oh, ooh. Okay, perfect. Okay, my heel. Oh no, my heel is not going anywhere. It's like wedged in there, which is great because then if it does stretch, because it's leather, if it does stretch, it'll be perfect. All right, all right. Okay, these toe filler things really, really work. So if you have a pair of shoes that's a little too big, obviously it's only going to work with closed shoes, not with sandals or anything. But I feel like this is a game changer because then if I am in a situation where they don't have my regular size and I'm getting a pair of, closed toe shoes, and they don't have my regular size, and they have a half size bigger, probably up to a full size bigger, because I'm sure you could put 2 of these in there, depending on how bad you really want the shoe. If you don't really want the shoe that bad, don't bother. I don't know if you guys can see, I'm trying to step all the way back. My heel isn't going anywhere. I'm walking and it is wedged in there, buddy. It is wedged in there. So now I can wear them. I cannot believe I forgot about these shoes. That goes to show you where my mind was at. Like, was I living? Was I living? I had these loafers that I tracked down and I forgot about them. Who does that? No, no more. No more. Okay, toe fillers. So now I'm going to find a spot for these in my shoes, my shoe wall, so I can remember them, so I can wear them. Okay. And this, yeah, I think for the most part, oh, look at me talking about for the most part, I'm done. I still got to do all up here. All right, enough talking. I got to get back to work. Okay, before I get to the jean stuff, because now I'm going to have stuff all over the place, I'm going to see if I can change into something more comfortable that I could try stuff on with you guys and try some of these stuff on, so I could put certain things away also, so I don't have a huge mess, because dealing with a huge mess also is a lot and I don't want to have to do that.
Wanna dream, wanna be, I'm a freak, what up? Oh, what up? Everybody look at me when I'm free, wanna feel, wanna see, wanna do it, I'm a freak, what up? Oh, what up? Say what we got, it's hot to spot, give up the drop, see what we got, do what, do what? We got to go, the body flow, too hot to show, the front row, we won't stop. It's hot to spot, give up the drop, see what we got, do what, do what? We got to go, the body flow, too hot to show, the front row, we won't stop. Hey! What I mean, wanna see, what I see, what I feel, wanna dream, wanna be, I'm a freak, what up? Oh, what up?
I just went through all the jeans that are up here. I still have some jeans behind here, the back part of my island, that I will get to. These are the jeans that I wear the most often, so, but I will get to those as well. A lot of stuff didn't fit, and the thing that is funny is that the majority of them are the same number size, right? So the majority of them are a size 4. There was a couple that was a size 2 that I just threw. I was like, I'm not keeping those because they can't fit. They're not going to go up my leg. But it's funny that all the size 4s fit differently, okay? So don't get stuck on the number, because there's some size 4s that couldn't go past my calf. There's some size 4s that came all the way up and there was a little bit of room and it was comfortable. So, and some of them I didn't bother trying on because they're just not my style anymore. These two, I'm not sure. They fit, you know, like this one fits just a little bit snug, but like I said, I want to tone up anyway, so I feel like it's going to fit. I just need to watch back the video to see how it, you know, fits. If I like how it looks on video, then I'm going to keep them. If I don't, then they're going to get donated as well, because I really do like high-waisted stuff. And I just, you know, especially after being, you know, now being a mom, you appreciate the chicness of a high waist that just sucks you in and, you know, looks super flattering and stuff. So with that, with these two, because the wash isn't like really current right now, but I feel like if it's a part of your personal style, it's a part of your personal style. It doesn't really matter if it's current, because it just depends on how you carry it. It's just like some of the stuff that I'm keeping, a lot of them are skinny jeans. And, you know, skinny jeans had its heyday, but I feel like for you, even if it's not in style right now, if it makes you feel good, if it looks good on you, you make it in style, okay? You are the style, you know, in personal style, you are the personal to the style. So it doesn't matter if it's not current right now. It all depends on how you carry it. So even if you're wearing like skinny jeans that may not be on trend right now, you can wear it with an oversized blazer that is on trend and still get a really chic look. So, and a really current look. If you look good, you feel good, wear it anyway, okay? Once I told my legs, y'all not gonna be able to tell me nothing, okay? This dress, without the belt, I wasn't feeling it. And with the sports bra, I was like, you know, so I had to pull it down to get a better look. And with the belt, okay, it's calling me. It's calling me. If you're OG, you know how I feel about sequins. But once my legs are toned, with a nice pair of heels, you ain't gonna be able to tell me nothing, okay? Nothing. Okay, this is the before, okay? My leg, this is the before. Give me a few months, you can see the after, okay? But, yeah, I think I'm gonna keep this I wasn't feeling it without the belt. I was about to toss it. This is from Rotate. And I got this a few years ago. Never wore it. Tag still on it. Never wore it. I think I got it right before I got pregnant with Zion, or around that time. So, you know, like I said before, put on weight, lost the weight, mommy mode. So this is now when I'm going to start really getting into me and wearing my stuff. But my stuff needs to fit the way I want it to fit. And part of that is toning my legs. Don't get me wrong. I guess I could wear it now. You just got to be confident with the cellulite, you know. But I know with discipline, I can get it to where I want to be. So I'm going to keep this. Love the sleeves. I really thought I was going to toss this. I really did. But I love sequins. So for me to get rid of it, it really got to not work. And with the belt, I feel like it works. Don't worry, you know, they don't look like fitting the way it's supposed to fit. I'm not wearing the right undergarments. I'm wearing a sports bra. But with the right undergarments, I see the vision. I see the vision. I see it. You see it? I see it. Okay, this one I was a bit nervous about. I'm going to be honest with you. I was a bit nervous. It still fits. I have this also in green, the exact same style. I'm the kind of person, if I really, really like something, I'll get it in the colors that I like it in, okay? It just makes things a lot easier for me. If I know I look good in something and I really like it, I'll just get it in the colors that I like it in. Now, I got this one after I gave birth to Zion, the year after I gave birth to Zion, and I was going through a little lull in my weight loss. I think I had about like 5 or 7 pounds to go, and I got it and it wouldn't zip. And I was like, oh Lord, I felt a little down. But then I lost the weight. It motivated me because I'm like, I want to wear this dress, because originally I got the dress in this is a 2. I got it in a 4. The 4 was kind of loose. I didn't like it because I felt like I would have to get alterations or gain weight, and I didn't want to gain the weight. So I got the 2 and it fit. Now, right now it's just, I feel like down here, because my weight goes to my legs first, it fits just a little bit snug. But like I said, I know once I tone up, part of toning, I know I'm going to lose just a little bit of weight, just a little bit, just a little bit, just a little bit, just a little bit, just a little bit. But I know that it will fit perfectly. It fit perfectly like 2 years ago. And I know that because everywhere else fits, like to the point where it's not tight at all. Like I have space. It's just this part right here, because there's no elastic in this outside of the sleeve right here. There's no elastic. So I know once I get my workout on, this is going to fit perfectly again. So this is a keep for me. I really, really love this dress. It feels very, the reason why I love it, it reminds me of 80s glam. I just love it. The taffeta, the one shoulder, the ruffles. It just reminds me of like Whitney Houston. How will I know? You know, I just really, really like this dress a lot. So I'm so glad that it fit, because if it did not zip up, whew, I would have had to toss it, and I would have felt some type of way about that. Because like I said, there's no elastic in this for it to give. You know, elastic, lycra, all that kind of stuff is your friend at times. And when an outfit doesn't have it, it's just, the real is the real. Like it just is what it is. And I'm really glad that this fits for the most part. But like I said, I just need to tone my legs. I don't know how I really feel about this. Now, you already know what got me to buy this. Sequins. I'm a sequins girl, okay? This reminds me of young Tina Turner. You know what I'm saying? Well, I left a good job in the city. You know what I'm saying? I just want to walk like this. Walk like that. You know what I'm saying? But you guys let me know how, what you feel about this. I'm not, you know what's throwing me off for this? It's the belt. I don't like this belt situation. I feel the dress itself is nice. You know, it has the Tina vibe. You know what I'm saying? I think if I was to switch out the belt for something different, then it may work. You know, it could still be a black belt, but maybe not with the bow type of thing. Maybe something like this, or maybe a gray belt. I don't know, something, definitely something to stitch in the waist and something to break it up, because, you know, it's more like blousey up here. And, you know, I like it. I like it because it gives me retro 70s glam. You know, that's what it's given. It's given the Donna Summers and the Blondie and it's given all of that, which I like. I love glamour. I'm just going to admit it. I'm not the trendy girl, okay? I like certain trends if it speaks to me, just to make my wardrobe look more current, but I like what I like. And if you like what you like, and what you like is not always on trend, wear what you like anyway, okay? You're the one that adds life to the outfit, okay? This is from Rotate also. This is a great New Year's Eve outfit. But to be honest, I would wear this. I would wear this anytime during the year. Okay? If I'm going to somebody's birthday party, I'm showing up. I'm showing out. Okay? I'm not holding myself back anymore. I'm stepping into the fullness of who I am unapologetically. Okay? So you're just going to have to take me with my sequins, fabulousness, and love it. Okay? That's why don't buy things just because they're on trend, because you go and spend a lot of money on something that's on trend that was not on trend. You feel a funny type of way of wearing it after you spent your money. No, if you're going to do a trend, unless you absolutely love the trend, don't spend a lot of money on the trend. Go to high street stores, go to H&M, go to Zara, go to Mango, go to more affordable stores, and play with the trends there, so you don't feel too bad. You know what I'm saying? You don't feel too bad when the trend is over and you're like, I'm not really feeling this. And if you're going to spend your money while the trend is hot, don't wear it once and get rid of it. Wear it until it falls apart. Okay? It's your money. Get your money's worth. Style it in different ways. If you're going to get something, make sure you can style it at least 5 ways and wear it every single way until that thing falls apart, okay? Because you're not spending a lot of money on it, so you're going to get your cost per wear, and you're not going to feel bad when the trend is over and you toss it because you know you wore that sucker to the ground, okay? So I think I'm going to keep this. The fit is good. It's not tight in any type of way. This is also a size 2. Fit is good. No issues with the fit at all. My one issue is with the belt. I feel like either the black is too contrasty. I don't know. Something about the belt is throwing me off. Something about the belt is throwing me off, and I'm not liking that. Without the belt, no, it needs the belt. It needs the belt because, hold on. This is it without a belt, okay? I mean, it's still nice and all, but it needs a belt. It might not be this belt, but I need to put a belt with this. Let me see what I got. This is my Old Faithful. I just tried this on with another outfit. Okay, now this is working a bit, this is working a bit more. This is working a bit more for me. Okay? I think the other belt was just too much. This is better for me. I mean, you guys let me know what you think. I think the other belt was too much. The black was just too harsh. And even though this is a black belt too, it's thinner. I don't know. I just feel like this belt goes better. I feel like I need to be on somebody's variety show. You know what I'm saying? I thought I was going to toss this. But I like it. Now putting it back on, I like it. I have not worn this since I bought it years ago. I bought it after I had Zion. And I was like, okay, one day when I get back in shape, I'm going to wear it. I didn't wear it. But now, I'm telling you, I'm just going to be showing up random places and people going to be like, why are you at the park dressed like Tina Turner? I need to wear my stuff, okay? I need to wear my stuff. Okay, so I'm going to keep this, but definitely with this belt, better than the belt that it actually came with. I don't know how I feel about this. I have to watch the video back and see if I'm going to keep this. You guys let me know what you think about this. I'm happy that it still fits. I have not worn this in easily over 10 years. I want to say 9 is 6, probably like 9-10 years. And it's still great. Like, don't mind the leg. The legs are going to get toned, okay? And don't mind the fit because, like I said, I have a sports bra under, so it's just going to throw off the look, the proportions of it. But not for nothing, the dress in and of itself, ooh, I am liking it. And it does come with a long, not long, like a mid-thigh camisole in the same color. So if you see black under it, remember I have a black, little one piece under this. So you guys let me know what you guys think about this. I'm not wearing the right undergarments. With the right undergarments, I'll be more snatched in it. But upon initial review, just upon initial review now, I think I may keep it. It takes a lot for me to get rid of sequins. It just, it gotta like really not fit or just be a horrible, horrible decision. But I am liking this. I'm liking the texture of it. The texture effect that it gives. I'm liking this. Ooh, I am liking this. Okay. This is an example of just because it zips doesn't mean it's your size, okay? Because it does zip. The top part fits perfectly. This was one of my favorite dresses at the time. The bottom part, I feel like the Tin Man. It's super, super tight. This is a size 0. And I remember when this used to be like my size. Like it wasn't tight. It was just right, And now, it still zips though. It still zips. It can zip all the way up. It feels comfortable. From here up, feels comfortable. It feels like, oh, yes. From here down, it's like, girl, whose clothes are you wearing? Okay? So, oh, I used to love this dress. I used to love this dress. This used to be one of my favorite dresses. But I think I may have to part with this. I mean, that's why I got this, you know, this green version of that pink one that I tried on earlier. Was to make up for this dress because I loved it so much. And it's just, your girl ain't a zero no more. Okay? She ain't a zero no more. But yeah, I think this is gonna be a donate. I hope it brings somebody else so much joy. I loved this dress. Okay. Y'all remember this dress from Zara like a few seasons ago? I bought it knowing I had nowhere to wear this to at the time because I was living in sweats. Oh, Lord, jeez. What? How did y'all get into this? Is my question. I don't think I ever tried this on. Ooh. Zara, you lying. Zara, you lying. This is not a size small. This is an extra, extra small. Because usually in Zara, a small be a little big. So I normally get extra small if I want some space. It says small. And I feel like, ooh, you gotta powder yourself up to get into this. Need my husband here. It fits. It fits. But we gotta talk about the fit. I don't like this. I don't like this. I feel like a column. Like a, ooh, no. Oh no. Hopefully somebody else will find a good use for this. Ooh, no. Sorry, no. You lying. Hopefully they'll go to a good home. Hey guys, thank you so much for spending your time with me, cleaning out, purging out my closet. I still have a lot to do and I feel like time is going and I only have an hour before my kids get home. So I'm just going to, you know, go through my stuff by myself, the rest of the stuff by myself. I hope what I shared with you guys was, you know, interesting. I still have a lot to do and, you know, entertaining you guys, bringing you, you know, in my house as guests and stuff. It takes time because, you know, we're talking, we're kikiing, we're laughing, we're, you know, playing dress up and all that kind of stuff. And that takes time. And I got to get the ball rolling before my kids get home. So I still have, you know, certain sections to do. I didn't even get to the shoes. To be honest with you, I don't think I'm getting rid of any shoes. I'm not a girl that, as long as the shoe fits, for the most part, I keep it, you know, because you just never know with shoes. Shoes bring its own life to an outfit. So I don't see myself getting rid of any of my shoes, but I do need to get through the rest of these clothes, pack them up, you know, bag them and all that kind of stuff before my kids come home, especially before Love comes home, because, you know, 2-year-olds, once they see a mess, they want to play in it, they want to spread it, and I ain't got time for that. So thank you guys so much for, you know, watching this video and for, you know, liking, subscribing, hopefully, definitely do all that kind of stuff, and for welcoming me back to YouTube. I love you guys so much. Let me get through this and I will see you in the next one. Bye.